Economy collapse news. 7 million behind on their car debt payments. Soon, 7 million house mortgage delinquencies coming. Hey gang, this is Mike with MrNoFluff.com. Go ahead and click the like and let's share this message so everyone gets to see that the crash, the Great Depression, the recession is already knocking on our door. Okay? However, because propping of the stock market, because of tax cuts for big corporations to buy their stocks, the stock market is being propped up and it's now reflecting what's really going on in the real world. Okay? In the real world, people are suffering. And I know I just said there's going to 7 million people behind in payments, but realistically, there's at least going to be half of those people that are going to be behind in their house payments coming soon. Okay, because your car, you don't make the payments on that, especially if you only have one car, because you need to get to work. You need to use that to take your kids to school. You need to use that to pay all your bills. So it's not like a cell phone or a cable or electricity, etc. That you can say, I'll pay it next month, or the internet. Um, so when people stop paying their car payments and it gets repoed because 7 million people are 3 months behind, 90 days, then when they take their car, how are they going to get to work? Okay? And that's when you're going to start seeing more and more people getting behind on their mortgages because they're not going to have a place to work. And it's going to bring two types of stresses. They're going to lose their homes, and then it's also going to bring stress on Uncle Sam to create more welfare state in a sense. Okay. Now, if you look at the news, you look at NBC, at CBS, a lot of these guys are not talking about what's going on. Okay. Everywhere you look, they're loosening lending. They're changing the debt to income ratio I brought to you guys about a year ago. Uh, they're doing anything they can to get the people into debt. The last crash, 2006 fourth quarter, when it really happened, it was subprime lending for real estate, homes. Today, that's happening starting now, but at the same time, it's also happening in the car industry. The the reasons that auto dealers are making any kind of sales is because they're loosening the lending of auto loans, and anyone can go and get a loan. Of course, these people have to pay a lot more higher interest rate, like 10, 12% versus someone that has better credit. However, anyone can get a loan, and that's what's boosting the economy in the car sales, in parts, in, etc., like in the auto industry. However, the people that are buying it, they can't afford it, and their paychecks are not growing as a pace with inflation because the Federal Reserve and all the stuff, these assets are just bubbles, and so cost of living is getting more and more expensive. For example, one bedroom rent, okay, it used to be where I lived $500-600 for a really nice place. Today, the same exact apartments are renting 1,100, 1,200, the same exact unit. And when I recollect, this is when I was in college, and now here, which is probably like 15 years later. So inflation is crazy. I've seen, 2 bedroom apartments renting for $1,500 to $2,000. Now, I'm not talking about the war zones, but places that people will feel safe to live. Now, I'm not talking about top end places either. I'm just talking about middle class. Okay, so that's what's happening in a couple of states that I've gone through. Okay, and so inflation is just getting so much that the cost of living is getting expensive. People have jobs, but now they can't make their car payments, which means they can't go to their job, which is going to mess up with the job market. Or people are going to have to settle for way lesser jobs that pay a whole lot less. Maybe a Whataburger or a gas station right from their home versus traveling an hour for a nice office job. So if I was a miner, I would say, you know, this is when the bird dies in the cave because there's bad air. Okay, and they don't want to televise it in a sense where, because it's all being propped up, the stock market is being propped up. They don't let it fall, and there's so much printing in a sense of in the past years that things are just more and more expensive all around. You know, A, they're more expensive, or B, they're the same price, but you're getting a lot less. Like if you go buy strawberries, you're getting a lot less. If you're buying blackberries, you're getting a lot less. Same price, but smaller containers. Uh, and one way or another, they're trying to fool the consumers, and the people who just believe it. Okay, they believe it. They think the economy is doing good. Many people think it's doing great, um, and you know the tax cut for this year, people getting to see that, hey, they're not getting the tax cuts they thought they got the first year. But there goes Amazon, there goes Netflix. They made billions and millions of dollars, but they don't pay any taxes. So I think that we're going to have some serious, interesting times coming ahead. They could keep printing money and creates more inflation, which means that people can't pay for their living expenses anymore. They may have they may have a college degree or two college degrees or a master or PhD, and can't get a great job. They have so much debt from student debt. They have so much car debt. They have 7 million people are default on their car debt. Okay. Now let's think about something. When someone says, "Hey, I'm buying a new car," all right, many people think that, hey, this guy is just buying a new car, right? But if you're a sophisticated investor like me, you know that this person just got into debt. Okay, slavery. They're not getting any car. In that borrower's mind, they think that they're getting a new car, and they're thinking of the commercials with the wind blowing in their hair, and etc. But really, they're just locking themselves up for $600 a month payments, or $1,000 payments, or $2,000 payments, depends what kind of car it is, for 5, 6 years, right, 3 years, or whatever the story may be. And that's the 7 million people that are behind. What about all the other people that have borrowed money to buy a car right now? Think how many people that is. So what am I saying? There's going to be a great opportunity coming, because these people, they're going to be default on their car payments, are going to eventually default on their mortgages. So if there's 7 million people defaulted, I would say at least half of these people are going to default on their homes, right? So that's like 3.5 million people are going to be defaulting. But if you divide that into every state, our state, you can see that's going to be a good chunk of people losing their homes, on top of the average people that were losing their homes because they went through a divorce, they had death in the family, they're behind in payments because of some other reasons besides losing their car. Anyways, guys, click the like, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. Do you think the crash is coming? And do you think that people are getting paid a lot of money, or do you think that inflation is higher than people are getting paid? Thanks for watching. Hustle and bustle. See you later.